Oilseed and grain leaders set to gather in Dallas this December for the Unconventional Ag Conference. Now in its 9th year, the event highlights new opportunities along the ag supply chain. Ryan Koory with Argus Media set to speak at the event, and he joins us now for an update. Ryan, thank you so much for being here. So this conference focuses on sustainability sourcing for the oilseed and grain sector. So talk about how organic fits into all of this.
Yeah, organic is an avenue of production that causes farmers to really focus on the types of inputs that they're using on their soil, as well as the types of crops that they're using to manage things like fertility and weed pressures. And really, the whole system, the purpose of it is to take a more integrated approach and to use less synthetic inputs, use non-genetic modified seed, and to integrate livestock to create, a holistic system of soil health and, sustainability on the farm.
Absolutely. And I know that you're going to be speaking about the new economics of organic agriculture at the December 12th, 13th conference in Dallas. Can you give us a little more insight into that session, what you're going to be covering?
Yeah, whenever we look at the organic industry, and it's like the conventional sector as well, there's been a number of factors that have substantially changed over the past 3 years that are really going to shape some of the risks and opportunities within the market as we look going ahead. There's some new factors in terms of how we manage carryover stocks, reshaping of our global trade footprint within organics, potentially looking at some limitations in terms of acreage expansion due to some sluggish demand growth over the past 2 years, as well as higher interest rates and higher increased production costs that are just going to change the overall way that we should think about managing our portfolios with organic crops and the risks associated with those.
Speaking of talking about those markets, Mercaris, which your company acquired, has been well known for providing the most up-to-date data on organic commodities. So speak a little bit more to where you see the market headed and what listeners really should understand when it comes to this market, this commodity.
Yeah, I think when we look at the risks and where the market's heading for the year ahead, the largest factor seems to be continuing to digest some of the supply shocks and demand shocks of the past 2 years. Essentially, where we are as we finish up this year's harvest is, if we look at our principal crops, organic corn, organic soybeans, both of those markets are very long in supply, really due to some increased acreage as well as, like I said, some shakeups with regard to trade. And what that means is, if we think about how those supplies are going to impact prices and availability for the year ahead, it creates a bearish outlook for prices, as well as if you add the fact that we have carryover stocks, which we're not accustomed to dealing with in large quantities, and higher interest rates. It changes the general way that you would go about managing those price risks, in addition to the fact that prices look relatively bearish.
Just great information and breaking that down. Unconventionalag.com. They can find more information there. Ryan, thank you. Argus Media VP of Economics. That's Ryan Koory. Appreciate you joining us.